If you don't have access to the tools you need, how will you be educated? So technology is major to bridge the equity gap.
What is the role of technology in education today?
For me, I have dyslexia, so my handwriting is really bad. I personally feel like technology made learning easier in many different ways.
Education is where dreams become bigger dreams, and bigger dreams can become realities. When we educate, we don't just empower our children, we empower us all.
That was a great way to start the show. What I loved most was hearing from Common's mom. Right now, we need to strive for more equity. And that's the theme for today's event. As a former biology teacher who's worked with school systems all over the world for 30 years, I can only imagine the challenges that schools are facing every day. I took this position because I know that Microsoft has education solutions that can help students, teachers, and leaders with some of their biggest problems. The current situation has accelerated digital transformation in schools. It's changed education forever. But technology alone won't solve these challenges. It takes great teachers, strong leaders, and careful planning to maximize tech investments. This is not about giving every kid a laptop. This is about giving each child an opportunity for a great education, an education that leads to success in career and in life. Together with schools as our partners, we can reimagine learning environments. At Microsoft, we're committed to this critical work. It's in our company DNA and at the core of our mission, to empower every person to achieve more. And that's why I came to work here and why I'm here with you today. We've been listening carefully to what educators and learners tell us they need. Students want solutions that adapt to them, not the other way around. Educators need products that are cloud ready, but not cloud dependent, especially for students who don't have persistent access to the internet outside of schools. IT needs devices that are easy to manage, repair, and secure. And school leaders need technology that's affordable and meets the ever-increasing demands of hybrid learning. And that's why I'm so excited that you joined us today. We have education product makers who are going to share news about our new learning tools, global thought leaders working to tackle big issues like designing for inclusivity and equity at scale, and education leaders sharing the impact of these technologies back in schools. I can't wait to tell you about our new products, and here to introduce these to you are some of our creators.
As Paige said, the last 2 years have shown that students need access to devices, software, and apps that seamlessly transition between home and school. There is a gap in software and hardware for K-8 children. With the launch of Windows 11, we updated the PC for today's hybrid world and the students in it, providing a fresh, calm, and modern user experience that connects you to what you love and adapts to how you want to learn, work, and play. But to reach more students and more devices, we knew we needed to expand the breadth of Windows, creating an education-specific OS that is streamlined, secure, and extends Windows 11 to a broader range of device price points. This is Windows 11 SE made for students, a simplified and secure experience that is optimized for online and offline work, and provides modern streamlined performance, great battery life, simplified deployment, and management. And we optimize for cloud-first apps and data, as well as cloud-managed services, so schools have greater control and need less expensive infrastructure to manage their technology. With Windows 11 SE, you can get the best of Microsoft 365 experiences. Microsoft Office, Microsoft Teams, Flipgrid, and Minecraft Education Edition apps are automatically configured and pinned to start, enabling students to be instantly productive while saving time for IT administrators. And for those of you that use Google Workspace, the web apps and Chrome extensions run great in Microsoft Edge. Apps like Zoom and Chrome work seamlessly as well, because we want to give schools the choice to use what works best for them. We know teachers want to minimize distractions for their students. Therefore, we made optimizations like a new start menu that includes recommended files so students can quickly find the assignments and documents they need, or opening apps full screen as a default, while also offering Snap Assist to snap 2 apps side by side for further productivity. And cloud-first automatic saving with OneDrive means you never have to worry about losing your work. The best part of all of this is that students can easily continue to be productive offline with the full power of Office and be confident their work will be synced when they reconnect. This means that all students are empowered to learn regardless of if they have reliable internet out of school or not. All the design and engineering on Windows 11 SE really shines when experienced with new laptops. We are excited to share that we will have a diverse set of Windows 11 SE devices from several of our partners, including Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Surface, and more, brought to life by silicon from AMD and Intel. Now, let's take a look at a new device purpose-built for Windows 11 SE.
Thanks, Carmen. Before we show you this new device, I want to tell you why Windows 11 SE and this next product are so personal to me. As a product engineer here at Microsoft, I'm excited to be able to work with products in the education space. Products that ensure students gain the skills they need to succeed in school and life. To this day, I still remember the first time I used a computer. Growing up in Mexico, access to the latest technology was limited. And I was lucky my elementary school invested in a small, single computer lab. I remember feeling that the device was an extension of me, and it was something that was going to help me achieve more. I immediately fell in love with a PC, with technology, and that particular moment set me on a specific path. Today, we're proud to introduce a new device to help students find their path. Take a look.
Bearded dragons are uniquely adapted to survive in arid forests and inland deserts.
This is Surface Laptop SE. The first Surface purpose-built for Windows 11 SE to empower all children to learn, create, and perform their best. Surface Laptop SE is beautiful and light, with the premium design of Surface. Made with durable materials that can stand up to the rigors of a K-8 student environment. It transitions easily between every part of a student's life, whether online or offline, or in the classroom or the family room. This laptop was made with a hybrid learning environment in mind. A beautiful display that comes to life on an 11.6-inch screen, the perfect portable size for a backpack. Students won't miss a thing with a high-definition, front-facing camera, stereo speakers, and crystal clear microphones that make any audio experiences feel natural. And of course, it has the incredible keyboard and typing experience Surface is known for. Plus, all the ports you need for USB-A or USB-C accessories. And enough battery life for all-day learning. All of this and Surface Laptop SE starts at just $249. This laptop was designed to work seamlessly with curated education-first apps and productivity tools. We work across product teams within Microsoft and with industry partners like Intel to get the best possible performance and reliability for the student experience. And as with all Windows 11 SE devices, Surface Laptop SE will come preloaded with your favorite Microsoft 365 apps. And IT administrators will be able to deploy essential educational apps for test taking and content filtering, like Lightspeed or Pearson TestNav. Best of all, experiences are optimized to transition between online and offline use. Students will be able to learn and progress, whether or not they have access to the internet. So, let's take a look at some of these experiences. First, you'll notice a clean look and feel with a streamlined set of pinned apps. Here in Microsoft Teams, you can check assignments and open them straight from the app. Here's one from Minecraft Education Edition, the Mindful Night. My 10-year-old Sophia, she loves Minecraft. She taught me all about it. In Mindful Night, students go on quests and meet characters to learn social emotional skills that help them to battle a dragon. Watch how when you open a Minecraft world, the graphics load quickly and smoothly, made possible by the engineering of software and hardware coming together, ensuring that even on this budget-friendly device, the performance is seamless. And watch how easy students can move from their Minecraft world into Flipgrid to complete their video portion of their assignment. Flipgrid's powerful storytelling camera empowers learners to express themselves as they share their voice and demonstrate what they have learned through the Mindful Night lesson. Surface Laptop SE takes students from classroom to family room, from Microsoft Teams call to homework assignment, with no interruptions. We know it's important for teachers to be able to customize devices for each student and their unique needs. And in addition to our Surface and Microsoft accessories, like the Surface Adaptive Kit, we will also have the newly designed accessories made for Surface Laptop SE, like the ruggedized case and inclusive keyboard protector with large text and color-coded key groups that enhance visual navigation and comprehension. Teachers and administrators have also told us that they want the ability to have the devices repaired on site. Surface Laptop SE has replaceable components, including the keyboard, display, and battery, with no special tools required, making your devices last longer, better for your budget and environment because sustainability is important. Which is also why Surface Laptop SE packaging is almost 98% recyclable. We also know how busy educators and administrators are, so Surface Laptop SE and all of Windows 11 SE devices are ready for Windows Autopilot and Intune for Education to enable incredible zero-touch deployment and management. When working with and building experiences for children, security and privacy are always top of mind. Protecting from chip to cloud with Microsoft Endpoint Manager and DFCI supports hybrid learning scenarios with complete, seamless device management. This device also has a Kensington Nano security slot. Surface Laptop SE was created for Windows 11 SE, with amazing end-to-end solutions that empower students to learn, grow, and reach their potential, no matter their abilities or learning styles, where they live, or if they have internet out of school. We've come together across Microsoft to ensure everyone has access to the critical learning tools they need, to help students gain a better education overall, and to aid teachers in driving fantastic learning outcomes. We're proud of these products, and we think you're gonna love them as much as we do.
Thanks, Antonio. We're so excited about these new product offerings. They complement our current Windows 11 devices for learning by providing even more choices for schools. Every student deserves the right device for their learning needs, and these new products were shaped by our commitment to inclusivity in education. But we know that the promise of inclusivity must extend beyond devices. Inclusive classrooms give all students the opportunity to grow and succeed. The transition from in-person to virtual and hybrid models has impacted each student, but especially those with specific learning needs. When we design for inclusion, everyone benefits. Now we'll explore the ways we're enabling educators to make learning more inclusive and accessible. Microsoft 365 for Education provides a comprehensive suite of collaboration, productivity, creation, and learning tools. At the center of this solution is Microsoft Teams, a hub for learning. Teams combines a live video for virtual and hybrid learning, asynchronous chat, classroom assignments, integration with common learning management systems, and so much more. Today, I want us to focus on 3 specific tools that directly support common challenges in schools. Literacy is foundational to all subject areas. Students that are challenged by reading will have issues in math, science, history, literally every subject. Whether they're learning how to read, learning in a second language, or children with learning differences, we have tools that can help. I'm joined here today by one of our product creators, Mike Thulfson. Mike, what are you working on here at Microsoft?
Hey, Paige. I work on the Microsoft Education product team. Our team is deeply focused on designing education experiences for all learners with a specific focus on tools for the inclusive classroom.
That's so interesting. How do you do that?
We use the principles of inclusive design to build free products and features for reading, writing, math, and communication.
Pretty cool. Let's get to it. Where do you want to start?
First, I'll be showing the Immersive Reader. The Immersive Reader is a tool that takes the latest science and research in reading and supports students of all abilities to better access text. We've built the Immersive Reader into many of the Microsoft 365 applications. It's built-in, mainstream, non-stigmatizing, and free. Let's dive in. I'll be showing the Immersive Reader in the free Microsoft Word for the web. I'll click on the View menu here, and then I'll choose Immersive Reader. You'll see that it takes all the text in that document and simplifies it. We call this focus mode. At the bottom, I can click the play button.
The study of Earth's landforms is called physical geography.
So we have a high-quality read-aloud voice, and that is text-to-speech, word, and line highlighting. I can change the way the page looks. We'll choose a dark theme in this case, and I'll have a couple of font options I can choose from. I can make the text size much bigger or much smaller depending on what works best for me. If I go to grammar options, I can break all the words on the page into syllables with a single click. So now the words are broken. I can highlight different parts of speech by turning on these switches on or off. I can personalize this in a way that works best for me. I'll make the background blue now, and we'll show the last part. Let's see line focus. This allows me to focus my eyes, and it's like a digital reading ruler and overlay like many educators will have that allows students to focus on the page. I can choose 3 lines or 5 lines, whatever works best for me. And we'll turn that off. If I click on a word, you can see a picture dictionary, and I can read that word out loud.
Valleys, valleys.
Lastly, I can open this up and translate in over 111 languages. We have a very large list here, and I'm going to choose Spanish. I'll translate the entire document, and now I can read out loud.
El estudio de los accidentes geográficos de la...
And notice that we even have the syllables and parts of speech in these other languages. These Spanish words are broken into syllables. I'll go back to the original language right here, and then hit the back button. This is not only free in Word for the web, it's built into Microsoft Teams, OneNote, Flipgrid, Forms, and many others. It's even built into our Edge browser. So here's a web page in Edge. I can highlight any text on the web. So there's a blog, and I'm just going to right-click, and I will choose Open in Immersive Reader. You'll see many of the text preferences and grammar tools, and the reading preferences. If I want line focus or I want to translate, I can do that on any web page. Let's choose French and read aloud.
La dernière année et demie a mis en...
Thanks, Mike. What impresses me the most is that everything you just showed was developed in collaboration with experts in the science of reading. And what I love about the Immersive Reader is that it's embedded across all of Microsoft's products, including the Edge browser, which gives learners access to a world of content.
We also make it possible for our software partners to use the Immersive Reader in their own tools. We have partners like BrainPop, Canvas, Code.org, and many more that are all using this tool to make their offerings more inclusive.
That's amazing.
I think you can see how committed we are to helping all kids read.
And speaking of great tools, Reading Progress is a game changer. Mike, can you tell us a little more about that solution?
Reading Progress is a free reading fluency tool that uses built-in intelligence to save teachers time. Reading fluency measures reading speed, accuracy, and expression. This tool can help teachers accelerate kids' reading fluency. Let me show you how it works. I've created a new Teams assignment. I'll click Attach and choose Reading Progress. I can upload a Word or PDF document here. Now my passage is uploaded. I can set things like reading level, genre, number of attempts, if I want to give a time limit, as well as the pronunciation sensitivity and how picky I'd like this software to be. I can be less sensitive or more sensitive or default. We'll leave it at default and we'll require video in this case, but I could turn that off. Hit next and now I'll sign into my class. We'll switch over to the student video. She's opened up the assignment and now she's going to record herself.
Go! The study of Earth's landforms is called physical geography.
Here we've switched back to the teacher experience after the student has turned in the passage. Automatically, words per minute are detected. Accuracy rate, mispronunciations, omissions, insertions, repetitions, self-corrections, all automatically figured out. Now I'll start by playing the video of the student reading.
The study of Earth's landforms is called physical geography.
So you can see that it marked physical as a mispronunciation. So it auto-detected that the student said that word incorrectly. I'm going to jump down to a different section right here. It looks like region was mispronounced. So what I can do is click on this and I can choose jump to word and watch what happens.
Reg are often.
And notice how I can jump to the word and see the video and hear it. I can also turn off auto detect. I don't have to have it automatic, but I showed it with the automated part. Now we're going to look at automatic class insights. We capture average words per minute for every student as well as the class. We capture accuracy rate, mispronunciations, omissions, insertions, and we even have a word cloud of the most challenging words and the words that were most mispronounced. Educators get a class view, or they can drill into a per student view.
Gosh, Mike, this tool looks so amazing. I used to volunteer in a middle school administering fluency assessments, and this would have saved me so much time. Hey, speaking of tools that can make a difference, I know student emotional well-being is top of mind for most educators, and your team has been hard at work building a tool that can help educators check in on learners and their emotional well-being. Can you show us your new Reflect solution?
Sure, Paige. Reflect allows educators to quickly check in on the emotional state of their learners. Let me show you how it works. I'm signed into Teams as an educator, and I'm going to click the New Conversation button. I'll create a new Reflect check-in for my class. So right here is the Reflect button, and I'll click it. Here's the Reflect dialog. I can ask a question, and I'm going to ask, how are you feeling today? But as an educator, I have a bunch of different questions around goals, learning, or just personal and social. There are also important privacy controls, so I can make this completely anonymous. I can make it so only the teacher sees the responses. I'll go down and click Send to post this message to the class. Here is that Reflect message. Now I'll sign in as a student to show how you fill it out. I'm signed in as the student, and here's that Reflect post. How are you feeling today? I'll go here and click on Emotion. Now I'm going to name my emotion, and I have lots of options. By hovering on the word, I also get this feelings monster, and this helps me visualize what this emotion might look like, and I can hover and get different feelings monsters. Maybe I want to change this, and perhaps I feel a little bit differently, so I'll choose this one now. I have some different emotions, and I can hover and get some different visualizations as well. In this case, I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I can go down and see all previous responses as well, and this is how I feel over time. But in this case, I'm just going to submit my Reflect for today and then close. Now I'm signed back in as a teacher, and I want to explore this daily check-in that I've done with Reflect. So I go here and click Explore. I get a nice distribution of how people are feeling across the class, and I can drill in on specific students. So I'll drill in on the top here. I can get a sense of how Marcia, James, and Ellen are doing in previous reflections, and I can look for trends or patterns. I'll go back and click Done. Even more interesting, I can look at class insights. And I'll go here and click Insights, and now I have an entire class dashboard of all the different check-ins and emotions across my class. I can look for patterns. I can scroll down here and see some of the most common words that have been used: cheerful, overwhelmed, creative. Here I can get a student list that shows a little weekly summary of how my students are feeling. The last thing to show with Reflect is that we also have school and district dashboards available. What this allows is that a school leader at a glance can check on the school climate. It's an easy check of that school pulse, which is so important right now.
Wow, I can see how this tool can help teachers and school leaders tune in to how their students are feeling, even if their building is closed down. It's amazing to me that we have a dedicated team of education experts working with researchers and education customers around the world to develop solutions that matter in learning. Thanks for being here with us, Mike.
Thanks, Paige.
Every time I see those tools, I get inspired by the possibilities for supporting learners and teachers. There's never been a better opportunity to leverage technology to get students excited about learning. Let's look at a great example of that. We're going to visit a school in Chicago. They're using Minecraft education to support student engagement across the curriculum.
My name is Tracy Snell, and I am the STEM Program Manager for Chicago Vocational Career Academy through the Office of Early College and Careers. Chicago Vocational Career Academy is a wall-to-wall STEM school. That entails STEM being a part of every content discipline within the building.
Our students enter a Minecraft education competition, which is called the Chi-Town Showdown, where they had to recreate Navy Pier here in Chicago.
Due to the pandemic, the district initiated this project with Minecraft as a means to re-engage students and get them excited and ready to return to school in person.
I'm kind of a little gamer myself, and I got real excited about it because a lot of schools were trying to figure out how to re-engage the students. So it turned everything around. The class that did the Minecraft, they have the highest attendance out of all my classes during the day. They just jumped in with both feet. I seen all the schools very engaged, but our team won first place.
I've definitely learned a lot from this. I learned about teamwork. It was a lot of difficult tasks, but you need a team in order to make something big. Minecraft is a really good team experience.
Opportunities such as the Minecraft competition opens the door to expose them to other opportunities that's outside of the school building.
They accomplished so much, and I am so proud of them.
All the work that I put into this, I feel very proud about myself. I definitely feel proud of winning this tournament, and I feel proud my teammates helping me.
It's amazing what the power of gamification can do to spark a student's curiosity. We see pockets of innovation at all schools, but the challenge remains: how can we scale innovation? In our next group of speakers, we've been thinking a lot about that issue. First, we'll be joined by Joseph South, the Chief Learning Officer at ISTE. He'll talk to us about designing instruction for each learner. After Joseph, we'll hear from Deidre Kornstrom, Microsoft's VP of Educational Experiences, and Kate Griggs, CEO of Made by Dyslexia. They'll discuss some opportunities for technology supporting dyslexic learners. Let's start with Joseph.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joseph South, and I'm the Chief Learning Officer for ISTE. I believe that accessibility and inclusion hold the key to drastically improving equity for students around the world. Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, is an approach to teaching and learning that assumes that the barriers to learning are in the design of the environment, not the student. There's no such thing as an average student. There never has been, and there never will be. So this model assumes that every learner is different, instead of applying one method, usually a textbook and a lecture, to the entire class. Teaching to the middle ignores all the things that make students unique: their backgrounds, their experiences, their motivations, their skills, and really importantly, differences in how their bodies and minds process information. UDL plans for variability. It expects students to come just as they are. That's what I love about Microsoft's accessibility tools. They're built into software that everyone uses and are designed to meet a huge diversity of learning needs. Maybe your student's a second language learner, or maybe their cultural background doesn't match the context of the passage they're studying, and they can use some visual cues to help them understand better. Whatever the situation, they can benefit from using the same tools as everyone else in the class, which removes the stigma of needing extra help. have some outstanding guests here today to help us dig a little deeper. Stay tuned for a glimpse into the latest EdTech innovations, educator success stories, and more.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deirdre Kornstrom, and I'm Vice President of Education Experiences at Microsoft. I hope you're all enjoying the event so far. My team is responsible for Microsoft education products and solutions, but this work is also really personal for me. My younger daughter struggled with reading, writing, and math when she started school, and when she was 7, we learned she had dyslexia. She's benefited so much from things like using dictation in Microsoft Word to do her homework and using Immersive Reader with Minecraft. As a parent, I really appreciate and I'm so grateful of how this kind of technology benefits her. And I'm also so grateful for our next guest. She's an inspiring change maker who advocates for helping the world to understand, value, and support dyslexia. Please join me in welcoming Kate Griggs, founder and CEO of Made by Dyslexia.
Hi, Deirdre. Thanks so much for welcoming me today. It's wonderful to be here. I, like you, have a personal story. I'm dyslexic. My whole family are dyslexic, and I was compelled to start campaigning and advocating in the area when my son wasn't getting the support he needed at school. And it's my passion and my mission to make sure that every single dyslexic child is supported.
So, Kate, when we first met, you asked me about my daughter's superpowers, which is so touching as a parent and such an important way to think about dyslexia. How is dyslexic thinking a superpower?
So dyslexic people process information differently, and that results in this amazing pattern of strengths with creativity, problem solving, empathy, team building, all the skills that we know are vital for the future. And it's really important that we as a world focus on those strengths and support the challenges that we know dyslexics have with reading and writing and spelling and organisation. And all of those things, technology can really, really help to support. So we're free to focus on our superpowers.
In your new book, This is Dyslexia, you talk about how education systems need to reshape how to spot, support, and empower dyslexic students. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
We need to reshape how we see dyslexia. We need to understand it as a strength and a really important way of thinking. And a report that we've done in the last couple of months with Manpower, the global recruitment firm, has found that those dyslexic thinking skills are even more important than ever. In fact, by 2025, 50% of jobs are going to be done by machines, and the other 50% need human skills that match directly with dyslexic thinking. So it's really important that every single educator knows how to spot and support dyslexia, both the strengths and the challenges. And the other thing that we really need to do is make sure that all teachers are trained to be able to spot, support and empower these kids. And we're very, very proud of the work that we've done with Microsoft and the free training we have on the Microsoft Educator Centre that is being picked up and done by teachers all over the world.
What role do you see technology playing in that?
I think there's masses that technology can do. Obviously, we can train teachers using online courses, but a lot of the tools that Microsoft have, specifically Reading Progress, which is the one that I'm particularly excited about at the moment, because as a dyslexic myself, I know how frightening it is to be sitting in a classroom having to read out loud, or to have that test when you're one-to-one with a teacher and you're stumbling over your words. It's just an absolute game changer for dyslexic kids.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. As a parent, you know I care so deeply about this work that you're doing. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate and Deirdre. What I loved about that last conversation was designing for each student's superpowers. Great teachers do that so well, and technology can be an amplifier of that work. Now we're going to pivot our conversation and focus on how Microsoft Education Solutions are making education IT administrators more efficient and effective. As learning becomes blended, schools need their technical infrastructure to be cost-effective, versatile, and equipped to deliver accessible experiences to all students, regardless of where they're learning. Let's hear how Microsoft's new education management and deployment tools are helping school IT departments. I'd like to welcome product expert Joe Cicero to tell us more about these offerings.
My name is Joe Cicero, and I'm not just a senior program manager in our Intune for Education engineering team, but also a former teacher. Prior to Intune for Education, deploying thousands of devices would have been near impossible or have taken months to complete. With Intune for Education, you can deploy thousands of devices in less than a day. Our Microsoft Education Cloud Management solution, paired with Windows 11 SE, are tools I wish I had when I was teaching. Less downtime with off-hour updates, apps pushed to devices remotely, and faster login times, all designed to maximize learning. Intune for Education provides simplified management of Windows through a comprehensive web-based dashboard where apps and policies are deployed by selecting on and off switches. Windows 11 SE is built for autopilot, meaning zero-touch deployment. Staff and students can get their new devices and get right to work without having to wait for IT. Education optimized policies are enabled by default, making sure the devices are ready to serve their purpose as a tool for learning. These default settings include additional Windows Defender settings, more lockdown settings in the Edge browser, and configuration of a user's OneDrive. Connect devices to Intune for Education using the newly updated Setup School PCs application. Setup School PCs is our first-party, education-focused provisioning solution. Intune for Education was built specifically for education. Let me say that again. Intune for Education was built specifically for education. Intune for Education is essential for managing Windows 11 SE. With Intune for Education, IT leaders can manage Windows 10, Windows 11, and Windows 11 SE. Oh, and even iPads. All in the same dashboard built specifically for education. Intune for Education offers cost-effective tools for app policy deployment, collaboration, and storage management, all while securing student data and devices. With Intune for Education, you can deploy a setting, application, control Windows updates and security, and even perform remote actions or locate a lost device. Learn today and deploy tomorrow. Your staff, students, and myself as a former teacher will thank you.
Thanks so much, Joe. I know our product creators have been working hard on Intune for Education, and that hard work is making an impact back in schools. But don't take it from us. Let's hear it from an IT administrator tasked with keeping district-wide systems up, running, and secure.
Orange Unified School District is in Southern California, and we serve 28,000 students. Our community spans 6 cities, anywhere from the very affluent to the economically challenged. When the pandemic happened, we were trying to figure out how do we get a device to every student. Within 9 days of ordering 16,000 devices, we started to get them in. And at the start of the school year, the very first day, we were able to hand out thousands of devices to students. Previously, with PCs and group policies, you'd have to configure up to 5,000 settings. And now with Intune, they're simplified down to where they're just on-off switches. And that simplicity has allowed our IT staff to successfully maintain these devices and deploy these devices. We're able to have students store all their files online and on the cloud. If the student has any problem with a computer, we're able to swap them out, have them turn on the computer, and all their files are ready to go. We are able to provide a uniform computing environment for both our teachers and our students. We're not just giving the students the bare minimum. We're giving them something that's going to make them competitive and give them the opportunity to succeed in the classroom and in the future. That definitely makes me feel like I've accomplished something special. With Intune, with Autopilot, and with Windows, we were able to do something that no one thought possible, and that's to give everyone a full computer, be able to deploy it successfully, and then do it at scale. I want to thank Microsoft for having me and thank everyone for being here today.
Orange Unified is doing some great things to get their students prepared for the future. At Microsoft, we think a lot about building the next generation of innovators. While all schools have had to innovate this year, for some, that innovation has led to more rigorous learning opportunities. This final story is one that's near and dear to my heart. We are going to visit Aberdeen, Mississippi, and Major Allen Williams. This rural school is going the extra mile to help all their kids get ready for future careers.
The Air Force in 25 years had been really good for me. How do I position myself to be able to give back to my home state and to the Air Force that had done so well by me? Computer science is just something that's here to stay. It touches literally every facet of our existence today. If I could go back and impact any number of students by just creating more awareness so that they knew the advantages of pursuing that type of pathway as a way to get to college and then on into any careers, that would be a good way to give back.
Good morning, Aberdeen High School. Let's be prepared, be respectful, have integrity, be dedicated, and be excellent.
The Aberdeen community is primarily a rural community. The school district population ranges 1,100 to 1,200 students total. We are about a 99.6 or so percent African American population, and probably 70% or so are female. Our entire district is a Title I district, which has a certain connotation with financial standing of the families of the students that are enrolled. CS for All is a nonprofit, and their mission has been to promote the study of computer science. In late 2019, they formalized this partnership with Junior ROTC, where they established a cohort of 30 high schools. Once I became aware of this new partnership opportunity, it became a no-brainer to want to become a part of that. And my purpose in being part of this JROTC CS for All partnership was to have our kids be more aware of what's available to them on that career path. The pandemic has absolutely been an eye-opener. We went into an environment where we had to depend on delivering instruction remotely. Our kids didn't have devices to do remote instruction. We were like a lot of other districts across the country where we gravitated towards more web-based devices that were geared towards helping to deliver instruction in a purely academic setting. The issue with that, though, is when you start looking at computer science and cybersecurity related curriculum, the web-based devices served a function up to a certain point. But if you're just starting to teach students principles on things, that's really not the best environment to also have to teach workarounds just to make the device work. So when we had the opportunity to compete for, a grant that allowed us to get Windows-based devices, we jumped on that opportunity and were able to do so and, have had success. We don't have our football team practicing on a soccer field using basketballs. So why would we have computer science students that are going to work on a Windows-based device in the workplace, even in colleges, and not train them to use those types of systems? My vision for this program is that it really comes under what has been coined now as college and career readiness. So if I can use a platform like this to help that next generation of student, then I will have continued to help serve this country of ours.
That story speaks to me about the power of a great educator in a student's life. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about our new education solutions and how innovative educators are implementing these products to ensure that all students have access to amazing educational opportunities. Together with you and our partners, we can reimagine learning environments. Together, we can change what's possible. Our shared mission with education organizations is to empower every learner to achieve more. We are excited to partner with you on this journey.